So what maybe people don't realize is chiropractic is the only healthcare profession that's actually founded on a philosophy. And I would argue that the philosophy is in many things. The philosophy came first, and we had to figure out a science to really work it. And then we had to figure out an art in order to practice it. And so chiropractic, by definition, is a philosophy, a science, and an art of things natural.
That's very old world. It used to only
very
be one
much
word
so.
for all those things.
And of course, chiropractic comes from the Greek, meaning kairos and praxis, done by hand. And because it's, for the most part, you certainly have chiropractors that use instruments and they use certain other methods, but the majority of us, we do all of our adjusting by hand, which is what makes us unique as far as it goes. And if we go to the verb fix, from the Latin fixus, and the verb figere, which means to fasten or fix, to drive, to pierce through, it even goes, in the meaning of it really, it became to render immovable, to securely attach or repair in our modern use. Solve came from the Latin solvere, to loosen or dissolve, to untie, to release, to detach. Very different. And it goes back to the Proto-Indo-European for to loosen, divide, or cut apart. And so in our modern usage, we use to explain, to resolve a problem, to untie a complex issue. So fix is a little bit more on fastening or setting, and solve is more about really creating an answer, creating a, we create a solution. Because grand things, every grand thing is made up of small things.
Yeah.
The smallest action you make is going to change the world. Dr. B.J. Palmer, who was Dee Dee's son, who really developed chiropractic, has a quote we keep on the wall. And it's, you never know how far-reaching something you say, think, or do today will affect the lives of millions tomorrow. Because he believed that one adjustment, one time, on one person, on one bone, to affect one nerve, will ripple through that individual's life into everybody they touch and everybody they touch forever, out to infinity.
It's like how we're going to save the world with this podcast, one episode at a time.
Let me tell you a story.
I love stories.
I had a child with cerebral palsy in my practice years ago. And it was one of those, the child, is slow and doesn't respond really well and still needs diapers and is 5 and doesn't really speak. And they bring the child and sit the child on my bench, and the child just kind of sits there and drools and looks off into space. And I go, well, hold on, people. I mean, and they're saying, going to have to do surgery for the legs because there's no walking, no mobility, and in cerebral palsy, and I look at the parents and the adults there, and I go, why do you think the child's slow? And they go, well, that's what cerebral palsy is. I go, no, it's not. I go, it's a motor problem. It's not a sensory issue. Autism is sort of a sensory issue. I said, this is a motor problem. It means that the brain can't get everything to do what it wants to do. And because somewhere there's some damage there. I go, but if you start treating the child as sort of foolish, and you don't look at the potential of life in this child, then yeah, you're absolutely creating that, and you're sort of giving the child that feedback. So purpose, and other human behavior, human potential speakers will tell you that the purpose is life's driving force. It's true. Because if you don't give your brain a realistic purpose, it has no reason to sort of recruit all this. So when you write down an objective, you write down a goal, even if it's short term, if it's realistic and it's something that resonates with you, that's not, a New Year's resolution crap that you don't really intend to do anyway, your brain will start to make you notice things over here and stuff over there. I think I need a new car. Suddenly you start seeing different, that's interesting. I've never seen a car like that before. I should look into it. Just weird stuff will start to happen. That's the real law of attraction. To paraphrase was pretty much, he says, life really does begin at 40. Everything leading up to that is just practice, is just research. And I started to look, and I go, for the most part, we tend to be sort of stable in our job when we get to around 40. we kind of know where we want to be. Maybe we've moved up as some supervisor role. We've got some stability there. You tend to have a little more stability financially. You're not too terribly worried about debt. You've got some savings. You can kind of go and expand a little bit. You tend to be solid on your relationship or know that you want to change your relationship about 40. That's, I wonder if we talk to some attorneys if they'd find that was a common age.
Thanks for joining us on the Healthcare Uprising. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons before you go, and take a moment to think of a friend and hit that share button. You can find us on all the major audio platforms, and we've got video on YouTube if you want to watch us in action.
You can also find us on social media on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. Just search Healthcare Uprising to find us. And if you're a new company with a cool new product, if you're someone innovating alternative methods for the health and wellness space, or if you have a personal healthcare journey you'd like to share with us here at The Uprising, please email us at healthcareuprising@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you about coming on the show. Well, that's all for this dose of Healthcare Uprising. Until the next time, keep looking for the good in the world, because sometimes it's where you least expect it.
We are not doctors and we don't play one on TV. If you need medical advice, consult with your physician or a healthcare professional. This has been a Shut Up production.
Shut up!